Newstalk. We are so excited for these two guests here, joined by Ken Spurgeon, Mark Mannette. They actually just wrapped up a film actually not too long ago called Sod Stubble. It's based in Kansas. It's got a lot of Kansas connections. Both of these gentlemen right here are born and raised, or not born and raised, but live here in Wichita currently. And Ken, I want to start with you. You direct the movie. Take us through, for people who aren't familiar, what's it about?
Well, Sod Stubble is based on a book that was written in the 1930s. It's a pioneer story. I've told some people it's sort of like an adult version of Little House on the Prairie, seen through a mother's eyes as opposed to maybe seen through a child's eyes. It's been described as a nonfiction novel, but I'm a history professor, and for me, it's the most full-length pioneer tale written about Kansas ever. And so I always wanted to see it visually and make it come to life.
There's plenty of Kansas connections, including this guy right here who acted in the film. I want to kind of talk about the experience, not only acting in such a big film like this, but also doing it in a state where you live. What was that like?
Yeah, so I love participating in history and bringing history to life. That's something that's always been a passion of mine. And when Ken and I first discovered we had that in common, that was a natural team up for us. And I played the author of the book in the film. It's kind of somewhat of a frame story. You see me at the beginning of the film, and then a few times throughout the film as I'm interacting with the mother. He said we see it through the mother's eyes. And so that's the character that I play.
I love it. We've got some great behind the scenes, footage right here and pictures. Ken, take us through, where did you guys film during this?
Well, we filmed some in Wichita, we filmed some in Cowtown, we filmed in El Dorado, filmed a little bit at Friends University.
Nice.
But the majority of the filming took place in Downs, Kansas, which is where the real story's at. And the community was incredible. They rebuilt a house. They built basically what we've kind of called the sod house.
It's incredible.
And it's an incredible house. I feel like sometimes people say the weather of Kansas is a character in a film.
Right.
This house is a character in our film.
I love that. And this has been in theaters already, but now it's on streaming. Mark, what's been the reception hearing from people, not just locally, but maybe across the country about the film?
Yeah, that's been kind of fun hearing from people on the East Coast that say, hey, I saw the film, I'm really excited about it. Literally the other day, my sister sent me a picture that she took off the screen of me in the film. And that she said that she and her daughter, who had been recovering from an appendicitis, watched the film as part of the recovery process.
That's awesome.
And I said, that's a perfect film to watch for that reason.
Yeah. Great. And also take us through, you guys have a connection here. You work right across the street from each other. Take us through maybe that friendship and how it kind of molded into this film.
Sure. I teach at Friends and he teaches at Newman. And although that's not actually how we originally met, we met on a film set. One of my films, Mark showed up. And then we realized all the things we did have in common.
Nice.
But it's been pretty great because we're close to one another and we communicate quite a bit. And he's been my assistant director for the last 2 or 3 films, and of course he's a great actor.
Yeah.
So for me it's a win-win.
I can attest to both of those things here. Before we wrap up, how can we watch this film? I know it's finally on streaming here.
Sure. It's on Amazon Prime. It's also on Apple TV. I feel like at some point it'll be on more broadcasts.
Yeah.
But you can find it on several streaming locations.
Exciting stuff. We appreciate that. Ken and Mark, thanks for joining us this morning.
Thank you.
All right, more news and weather coming up.